Welcome to the Blue Lounge. Welcome back to the channel. We've won a game of football. Chelsea 3, Leeds 0. Or actually, it's Leeds 0, Chelsea 3. Great performance. Actually, no. Great result. Great result. Performance, second half, good. Good performance in the second half. First half, I was disappointed, but second half performance, it was good. We did have, excuse me, we did have some decisions. Surprisingly, go our way, which kinda, sorry, one second, which kinda helped the outcome, I guess. Anthony Taylor, for once, doing half a decent job. Lads, this is the preview. This is the Leeds versus Chelsea match review. I've had a long day and I'm going to do my best to give you the best review possible, but bear with me. I've had some technical issues starting the stream. So just bear with me, guys. If anything happens, like the audio is lost or the video is lost, tell me in the chat straight away so I can address it, because I've had problems with my internet and my laptop today. So let me know in the chat if any issues arise in respect to the stream. Lads, today we saw Lukaku start his second game back-to-back, which is something I was expecting to see. You don't drop your striker after getting a brace in the previous game, and I was happy to see him start. Has the camera just gone off? Can you guys see me? Is it back? It's back. Yeah, so Lukaku scores back-to-back Premier League games. However, he should have had a couple. He does look to me like he's lacking a bit of confidence, lads. The goal that he did score, ideally he should have taken the shot straight away. He took several touches before finally firing it in the back of the net. A good finish, but it was a little bit concerning how many touches he took. A great ball in by Hakim Ziyech, a player that has been missing for quite some time. Good to see Tuchel give him about 20 minutes worth of game time, and he did impress. He did do well. Again, he could have had a goal, but his assist was unselfish, because he could have taken one more touch and then tried to curl it with his left foot, but he decided to play the ball to Lukaku, who almost fumbled it, to be fair, but good goal at the end. 3-0, Mason Mount. Fantastic performance by Mason Mount. He got the game off to a great start, and the way he was playing throughout the game, he did some good stuff on that pitch. And Pulisic, great finish by Pulisic, great play by Pulisic. All in all, our attackers are doing well, and really and truly, it's important for them to be doing well at this point, considering our upcoming fixture. Our upcoming fixture is a very important fixture, and I'm so glad and I'm so happy that we were able to get this result today. Let me address the people in the chat. Bear with me 1 second. And again, lads, tell me if the audio and the video is good, because like I said, I've been having issues. Courtney, big up to you, Courtney. Welcome. Jeff, fantastic to see you here. Marcio, welcome. Do I only have 3 likes? Really? Let me check. No, I've got 13. I've got 30 likes. I must have been an old message. Guys, do me a favor and smash that like button. If you're happy that Chelsea destroyed Leeds at Ellen Road, hit the like button. And if you're not happy, dislike it. I don't know. But if you're happy, hit that like button. If you're a Chelsea fan, hit the like button. If you're a Leeds fan, I know you're going to hit the dislike button. Thank you for being at the stream. Anyway, DJ Sav. Big up Mo, the panel, and everyone in the chat. Great win. Mason Mount deserves man of the match. Was class today. Reece James not far behind him either. Pulisic and Lukaku excellent today as well. I agree with you, DJ. I agree with you. Spot on. Spot on. Looking forward to the final on Saturday. Yes, we are. Spot on. Brother Confessor, hit the like button, people. Listen to the man. Hit the like button. Get them likes in. Get them likes in. Kovacic out for the final. Let's hope not. But it does look like it's going to be a concern. And what's up with the Leeds fans, man? I mean, the guy's injured. He gets substituted, and you're all giving him grief. What's that all about? What is that all about? Come on, Leeds fans. Seriously? Sort yourselves out. Jeff says, get your likes in early. And I agree with Jeff 110%. If you want to support the channel, get your likes in early. YouTube algorithm will see that you're liking my stream and it will promote it to more viewers. So if you want to support my channel, hit that like button ASAP. Appreciate that, Jeff. Chris, like, share. I swear Chris cuts and pastes his messages, man. Like, share, subscribe, up the Chelsea. Confidence going into the FA Cup final. Lukaku done well. Credit where credit is due. I agree. Lukaku did fantastically well. I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about Lukaku and Hakim Ziyech in tonight's stream. Don't forget who the lineup game champion is. Up the Chelsea. Guys, if you don't know what he's talking about, go watch yesterday's stream. You'll understand. Big up to you, Chris. Big up to you. I hope you're doing good. Who else is in here? Fal Diaso Boogeyman says, is Kovacic out? We don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see the post-match press conference, and if it's out during the stream, we will watch it and react to it on air. So we'll find out hopefully if they ask him that question. Have I missed anyone? CFC Blues. Have I missed CFC Blues? Thomas Tuchel on Mateo Kovacic's injury. Oh, fantastic. We got some news here. I tell you, not as a coach or an expert, but I think it's very unlikely we will see him in the FA Cup final. CFC Blues, big up to you. Boogeyman, that's your answer, mate. If Tuchel is unconfident, or is not confident about him being in the final, then it's going to be unlikely that we'll see him. ITM, Lukaku looked good, 100 million-ish today. Yeah, a big-ish, but yeah. He was so happy for the Ziyech assist. He was. ITM, that's a really good point. That's a really good point you're making, because I saw that. You're not longer a mod. Why are you not longer a mod? ITM, I'll look into it. You should be a mod. I don't know why you're not a mod. I'll look into it. Definitely a good point, ITM. Because he went to him, he picked him up off the ground, and he said to him, well done, good pass. Let me check why ITM is not a mod. Hold on 1 second. ITM, you're not a mod. Why is that? ITM, it happens. Every now and then people get downgraded, upgraded, and I don't know why it happens, but I've just put you back as a mod, so I'm not sure what happened there. You should be a mod. You should be a mod. So I'm not sure what happened there, ITM. Who have I missed? Is TTZ. Ziyech could have 2 assists. Ziyech could have the goal. He could have had a goal. Chris, like the stream. John Arnold, big up to you, John Arnold. Iman, big up to you. I want to say hello to everyone. I don't want to miss anyone. So, Indie Gallo, Child, Dirty Leeds. I'm not sure if there's a clean version, mate. I'm not sure if there is a clean version. I'm just saying. Where are we? Dexter, big up to you. Evening all, very good, strong win ahead of the final and clean sheet. Yeah, good point. We've been needing that. But 100 rating for the embarrassing section of the... Yes! Really embarrassing behaviour from the Leeds fans today. Disgusting. Chelsea, the Kingslayer, what is he saying? He's saying Ivan Perisic still better than Alonso. No player called... listen, Alonso, I'm actually quite quite happy to see him playing today, because it just kind of puts a dampener on all this talk about a rift and a bust up between him and Thomas Tuchel, which could be the case, but at least it's not affecting their performances or the decision making on the pitch. Thomas Tuchel picked him. Alonso played okay. Not really happy with it, but he played okay. And we still have the option until the end of the season, and I have a feeling Alonso will be gone at the end of the season. All right, I've addressed everybody in the chat now. So I want to see if everybody in the chat has hit the like button. You haven't, guys. You have not hit the like button. There's a couple of you in the stream yet who has not hit the like button. So get them likes in, and let me say hello to my panelists. Tobago, how are you? How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm actually doing very good because I was expecting a tough, intense game tonight, and to be fair, we made it look easy-ish tonight. What do you think?
Yes, I think James uh, gave us a free win today because, like, 1-0 is not enough. So when I saw that red card, I knew it that we'll win. So thanks to James, we've got 3 points. But overall, uh, every player played well today. Even Mendy, they didn't have a lot of work to do. So I'm glad we played well and a clean sheet, and we move on to the final. And then
Yeah,
I'll leave Lukaku for Boogeyman, because if I talk about Lukaku, Boogeyman's going to fight with
Don't
us.
worry, don't worry. I'll be talking about Lukaku. I'll be talking about Lukaku, and so will Boogeyman. But we'll see. I have a feeling Boogeyman might surprise people today with his comments. I have a feeling. It might be wishful thinking, but I have a feeling Boogeyman is going to surprise everyone with his comments today. But we'll go to Boogeyman in a second and see. But I think Anthony Taylor, he had to give James a red card. He had to, because not only it was the right thing to do, but the fact that he tackled Kovacic in that manner, and knowing how Anthony Taylor has treated Kovacic in the past for a lot lighter tackles, a red card was always going to be the decision. Let me say hello to Boogeyman. Boogeyman, welcome to the stream. How are you? How you doing?
Hello, thanks for having me. Hello to the chat. Listen, it is 3 point, and that's the reason why we played today. And I'm happy that we're going close to securing the top 4 position the next season Champions League. So it was a
Yeah.
positive performance as well. And the Mount was the key for me. Someone said Rich James. I think Mount was amazing today, and I can't wait to see that boy when he reaches maturity. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's going to be something to see when he is 27. It's going to be crazy because he was just all over the pitch, and let's wish that he when he reached the 24, 25, he start producing the Kevin De Bruyne level of performances for us. And it should be really good to see. I love what I see today about with Mountaineers. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, Reece James had a good game, but I think Mount for me was definitely the player who stood out, and his goal early doors
Exactly.
really put Leeds under pressure, and it looked like Leeds were going to try to play on the counter attack and draw us in
Exactly.
and then hit us on the counter. But the fact that they went down so
Gerald,
early, it totally destroyed that plan. So
exactly.
we'll talk tactics in a minute. Let me say hello to the Podfather, who's been missing for quite some time, man. I don't know where you've been, Pod. How are
Yeah,
you? How you
man.
doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Definitely glad to be back. I mean, a good time to come back as well with a good performance, positive vibes. Going into the cup final. Yeah, it's good to hang out with you guys. and talk some football. It's been a minute.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome back. No, it's good to see you. It's good to see you back
Yeah.
on the channel. I hope you and your family are all doing well, and it's good to come back and talk football, because last time we talked pod, it was all about politics and sanctions and warming this, warming that, and it's good to be talking football. And lads, I want to touch on some of the future developments and some of the rumors that we've heard. We'll discuss that on the back end of the stream once we've concluded the match review. I wanna ask. This is the elephant in the room kind of topic, and I wanna start off by asking Boogeyman this question. Boogeyman, how do you rate Lukaku's performance today?
Lukaku today was okay. No more than that. He was okay, and of course he scored the third goal. But I saw a lot of chances and opportunities that he did not hit the target, and even the third goal, you rightly described the goal. In £100 million strikers, there were
One
2 or 3 seconds that ball should have just gone already. And if it wasn't because we have a lot of space and Leeds was playing 10 against 11, he won't have all those time to play, to turn, and do that. And I've seen enough from Lukaku. For me, it's not at the end of the season where there's nothing to play for, and then Chelsea fans seem to have short memories. And for me, Lukaku boat has sailed, and I just want young blood. I want to see us invest in young players, young strikers, because it's going to be a project, and let's just go that way. Lukaku, I've seen enough of Lukaku. I've seen enough of Lukaku for me, anyways. And nothing else I will see today, tomorrow, till the end of the season will change my mind about Lukaku. He is a gun for me.
Would you play him in the final?
Hell no.
I knew it. Boogeyman, I have a question for you.
Go on.
I'm listening.
Go on.
So, who do you want to replace Lukaku with? For like you're saying, you need a young striker. Who should play there?
Okay, Broja. I think time to bring Broja in and Broja and Kai should just be our main striker.
Hold on. I don't want to talk next season just yet. I don't want to talk next season just yet.
Mo, can I say something quickly? Yes, I heard you guys talking about who you thought was man of the match and stuff like that. For me, looking back in that game, Mount was really good. But if you look at the game, that was mostly the first half. I think second half when
hold on, pod. You all are jumping all over the place.
Oh no, sorry,
it's lag on the stream. We're talking about Lukaku right now.
Yes. I was using that to make the Lukaku point. For me, he was man of the match. He was the only one that was constantly involved from beginning to end. 90 minutes, still trying to take shots, going on. There were people that flirted in and out. Pulisic was good for about 20 minutes. They're not good. The Mount, like I said, first 20 minutes, outstanding. Kovacic before his injury, running from down no pace. But Lukaku for me was the one constant. And people, I don't know, people need to be honest. The tactics and the way we've played has been very different. Like between Wolves and this game, it's not just because he had more space.
I'm going to talk to you for a second, Pod. Because this today for me it was so clear. At times I was cringing, and the thing that I want to highlight today is today I really wanted to focus on Lukaku's runs and his positioning. I wanted to see, because today I thought to myself, look, today Lukaku should get a few chances if he's starting. So once I saw him starting, I saw the lineups, he's starting. I wanted to focus on Lukaku, and I wanted to see how many times he made them runs and the ball was never fed to him. I wanted to see, is it pundits chatting breeze, or is this a fact? And I swear to you, if you go watch that game again and just focus on that point, it's cringe. How many times, how many good runs he's made, and how all it takes is for our players, our midfielders, our supporting attackers to just play that risky ball, and
Yeah.
Lukaku's in on goal,
The, the,
and the
the,
amount, and he wasn't being fed. I'm serious. Lukaku, I've criticized him. I've said these are excuses, but not today. And if you go back and look at that game, watch that game, and just focus on Lukaku and his ones.
yeah.
I mean, yes, he did receive the ball a couple of times, and he
Mo.
did lose it a couple of times. But I'm serious here. The man isn't being utilized properly. The
Mo,
players are not giving him
Mo,
the ball.
the crazy thing about it, is the last two games, Wolves and this game, he's actually got fed the ball the most out of the season. So if you think this is bad, only God knows what he was feeding on in the beginning of the season.
I agree.
If you looked at the Wolves game, playing long balls up to him, playing in behind. Even today, we're trying to be as quick as possible. That first 20 minutes, we came out like a tornado, and always trying to get him behind quickly. Don't allow them to do any sort of low block or get behind, whatever. The match already, it seemed like a derby, so it was already crazy from the start. Those first 20 minutes, and we needed to score, because the only thing that worried me was that from like 15 minutes, our energy like completely dropped off. Even before the red card, you can see that the game decided to slow down, and we couldn't keep up that with the first 15 minutes. Then with the injury and the stoppages, it just messed up the whole flow of the game. The second half, we refocused. And go back in it. But if you're just looking at Lukaku's performance, if you could just watch a compilation of his performance today, it was good. Yeah, I don't have any complaints. I don't have any complaints about it, because he's not gonna go from hardly scoring to just I'm gonna take 5 chances today and score every chance. That's not how football works. It's not realistic like that. And if people talking about
that's how football works. If you are a top striker, 100 million pound strikers, you have 3 or 4 chances. You take at least half of it.
Boogie.
Hold on, guys. Listen. I agree with Pod. I agree with you, Boogie. But also understand this. Look at his attitude. Look at the way he is approaching the last 2 games. There's a massive difference. Lukaku has been Lukaku has been taken backstage. So they've taken him on the back and said to him, "Look, we are going to back you. We are going to support you. We are going to give you opportunities." They have eased his mind, or they've said to him, "Perform well. We get some money for you, and we're going to sell you. All right, just do the business over the next few games." Because right now, the way he's playing with motivation. He has that motivation to play, to perform. What is that motivation? I don't know. Is it because he thinks he's going at the end of the season? Maybe. Is it because he thinks that we're going to stick with him, and he's going to have a long, productive future at Chelsea? Maybe. I don't know. But he has been given motivation, and it has worked.
Mo, he's our top scorer.
Can I say something?
He is correct.
He scored double the goals that Bro has scored. Everybody's talking about it. He scored double the goals.
It does not matter, guys. We cannot change our mind because Lukaku performed against the Leeds, a depleted Leeds squad. It just does not make any sense to me. Lukaku still today games, Lukaku score, Lukaku play okay or well, you want to describe it, but that Lukaku is still look heavy. Lukaku still look lazy, and we cannot. We all like if you're working, you have a job, and you notice that you are at the end of the season, and everybody say sell this guy. He's not good enough. He's not. You have nothing to lose. The same Lukaku. If the game is as important as we need Lukaku to perform, Lukaku will start sulking again. That's who he is.
Okay,
this is Chelsea. We cannot lower our standards.
Boogie, that's why Saturday is the perfect test. Then, it's a big team. One of the best. No, listen, one of the best teams in the world. A game we need him to perform. Let's see. That's what we're saying. Let's see, because unless you give him that chance, we're never gonna know. Let's see, because Havertz is gonna be here. We're not trying to figure out whether Havertz is gonna stay here next. We know he's gonna be here. He's gonna be here for years. We're trying to figure out who we need to sell in the summer, who we need to keep. Let's see what he does.
by
You know,
playing Lukaku at the final when he didn't even contribute to for the team to reach the final at first place. What do we see? Lukaku right now have
it's not
no
about
pressure. Listen, Lukaku has no pressure at all. That's why he's performing that what we're seeing today. That's what it is.
I'm
Lukaku,
glad you said he was performing, Boogeyman.
what's
yeah.
that?
I'm glad you said he was performing.
Lukaku, yeah, but what I don't understand about this whole thing is Lukaku has a season to show what he's capable of. Didn't show anything, and we reach where the season is completely over. We only have two more games to go against Wolf. The first half he was dreadful. Anybody trying to rewrite the history here is just not being honest. The first half against Wolf, Lukaku was dreadful. The second half he scored goals. Yeah, we give him that. Today he was okay. I'm not going to take that away from him, but it
Boogie,
does not make him. Nobody can tell me he deserves to start the FA Cup final against Liverpool because
Boogie.
he's going to be the old Lukaku against
Let
the
me, let me
Liverpool
ask you
defense.
this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Right now, Erling Haaland is going to Man City. We have Lukaku. We have Lukaku. We could sell Lukaku and go to buy someone else. Do you think that would be the right move for us to get rid of him and buy someone else? Or do you think it might make more sense to buy some, because all the names that we're talking about, they're not £100 million strikers. You know, the names that have been thrown about, 40, 50, 60 million max type of budgets we're talking about here. So maybe keep Romelu Lukaku for one more season and bring in someone else. So when Lukaku isn't performing, you've got an alternative. Give me a quick response to this because I want to get in Couch Critic. I mean, I want to bring him in on this as well. Do you think it'd be wiser for us to bring in someone else with him to play alongside him to rotate with him? No, Benzema isn't available, or just sell him. How would you go?
Broha.
Yeah,
No,
thanks.
no, forget about Broha. Listen.
Thanks,
Let's
Tobibu.
not
For
overhype
me,
Broha. Let's not overhype him.
yeah,
Go on,
can
Boogie.
I just answer this simply? For
Yeah,
me,
what do you want to answer, Boogie? Yeah, I want to answer, Boogie.
Lukaku has reached the level of Bale. What happened to Bale at Real Madrid? We should make sure Lukaku is not the leader of our attack. Lukaku should just be sitting on the bench until he finds a club. For me, I've reached that level already with Lukaku. If we cannot sell
That
him,
was
then
quick.
he will just sit on the bench. I'm done with it.
That,
I've seen
yeah,
enough of him.
that's
I
quick,
think
Boogie.
Lukaku,
That's quick.
given any chance to Lukaku to lead our attack, can only impede the development of our new striker. We need a young blood into this team. I think we just give a chance to Havertz and Broja to develop properly. A new project, we go that way. Lukaku is too old for this job, lazy and big. He's only going to get big. We don't have that time anymore. Young
One quick
player,
question,
the
Boogeyman.
energy. That's all we need at this point. Lukaku is sulking too. That's the same Lukaku we'll see next year, and I know exactly what it is. We saw in Manchester United. We see it this season. That's the same Lukaku we'll see next season,
Yeah,
and I'm fed up.
I think Boogie.
But
Yeah,
Boogie, can
I
I just
think.
say,
Hold on. Just give me a second, guys. Let me moderate my stream, please. Boogie, I think you have jumped the gun with this. You're making your judgment too quickly. I mean, you haven't taken into account the circumstances and the mistakes that Lukaku has made in your approach to him. I think Lukaku, forget Lukaku. I think any player who is not motivated is gonna underperform, and any player who is motivated is gonna overperform. He's gonna do well. I think Lukaku right now, something has happened to change his mindset. Something has happened behind closed doors. Like I said, they might have taken him aside, spoken to him, made some promises to him, and those promises could be that we're selling you next window. Just score a few goals so that we can get some money for you. It might be that, or it might be, look, we trust you. You are the man for Chelsea. To lead us into our next Champions League campaign. We want you to perform. We're behind you. And there might be that. So they've done something to change his mindset because his attitude is different today and the last game. Let me, Tobago, I'm going to give you a chance. Pod, I'll give you all a chance, but let me just get in Couch Critic firstly, get his thoughts. Couch, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Give me your thoughts on the game in general and Lukaku specifically. Pick up to you.
I missed the first 15 minutes, so I missed the meaty part of the game because after the red card, that game was pretty much dead. Let's just be real. Like, we can talk about the build-up play, how effortlessly we moved through the midfield, the performance of Ruben Loftus-Cheek when he came on, Lukaku, full host Mason Mount, whole host of guys. But the game was dead once we got that red card. Like, we were just completely in control of that match, and there was nothing that Leeds could do to change it. So, I was liking the way that we're moving the ball. I thought Lukaku was decent in the hold-up play. He was obviously, again, had the beating of his defender. Very, very strong on the ball, held it up, linked up well as well. Like the one-touch passes were, maybe not carpeted perfectly, but the fact that he was finding people with one-touch passes with his back to goal and building a play from that, I thought was incredible. I thought he played really well. I also thought that the point of attack, where we trying to attack, we weren't going down the flanks anymore. We were looking to go right through the middle. And I think that helped Lukaku as well because that's where he's best suited, in the middle of the pitch. And most of our build-up play was catered to his skill set. So, again, I'm not necessarily, and I heard what Boogie said, and, what Podfather said, and I'm not necessarily opposed to either. Like, I'm kind of like indifferent when it comes to Lukaku because I feel like the way we ultimately want to play does not suit his skill set. It just doesn't. We're trying to we're trying to be on the front foot, play possession base. We want to, manipulate the ball through these tight spaces and whatnot. And I don't think that he's well suited for that. But if anything, if the things that we've seen today and on the weekend are signs of Lukaku coming towards Chelsea and also Thomas Tuchel moving a little bit towards Lukaku with the changing just where the point of attack is, I mean, there might be something there, like, to be honest with you, I don't think that he's going anywhere, to be honest. I don't think that there's going to be any takers, potentially PSG, but I don't think there's going to be any takers for a striker that's on those wages at this point in time. And if that's the truth, then we have to find a way to work with this guy, and that goes down to him working hard. And it also goes down to Tuchel utilizing him to his skill sets. I mean, we can talk about like, a diversified striker, somebody that can do this, do that, do this, do that. But ultimately, when you have a limited striker, you're not just going to sit him on the bench just because he doesn't necessarily cater to the style of play that you want to play. You have to work with him. And if that means that you have to have a plan A and a plan B, then so be it. Most teams do. You don't play the exact same way, regardless of who's on the pitch. You have to find other ways to play that suit the skill set of the players on the pitch. So if that means we're starting to see a little bit more of a, an evolution in Tuchel's tactics
Approach.
and Lukaku starting to adapt a little bit more towards I'm just a little tired right now. Adapting a little bit more to what Tuchel wants, then yeah, it could be the making of something that we could work with going forward. But as of right now, I haven't seen anything in the last two matches that would lead me to believe that, yes, I want Lukaku on the side 100%. I'm thinking this. Very indifferent. There's things that he has to build on. He's built that. He's has some things to build on going forward. We have to see what the next games hold, the next game hold, and if he gets to the summer, we have to see where that comes. But before that, I'm not taking any real decisions about whether or not he should be in the side or not.
All right, fair enough. Bobby, I'm coming to you after the post-match press conference because it's live. We'll watch that, and then I'll come to Bobby Smoky Signals. It's just under 8 minutes long. I want to see what Tuchel has to say about this game. So let's watch it, react to it, and then we'll take it from there.
Start things off.
Can we get your assessment of your side performance
Tonight, I think we played very, very well from the very first minute. Was very happy with the level of focus and the level of determination, the level of support that we showed, and we were strong in the challenges. We were brave in defending. We supported each other. So I'm very happy with the performance over all 90 minutes. We were very strong in the moment when it was 11 against 11. Later, the focus shifts a little bit when you're one man ahead, more on the pitch, because you get easier ball possession. But at the same time, the level of focus needs to stay high. You need to be very disciplined to not allow counterattacks, because Leeds will never stop running, never stop fighting. And we did this, so all the efforts, the focus was then more on the counter pressing. If we do mistakes, where to do mistakes, and we understood the game better and better when we were one man up during the second half, and we did not give in. That was the most important, and was a very good performance for a deserved win.
How pleased were you with Romelu Lukaku? Is he finding rhythm at the right time?
Yeah, of course. But it's always the right time to find rhythm, and I'm happy that he scored again. He wanted to stay on the pitch to get his goal, but I'm happy as well for Puli, for Mason, that we were decisive with the offensive players. It's important for them because it gives them confidence.
Simon.
I want to just stop it for a second here. This is the second game where he hasn't made a big deal out of the performance of Romelu Lukaku. And I find that very interesting and also telling. So keep that in mind when we discuss Romelu Lukaku and Tuchel's perception to him. Because I think a part of his motivation is goals and targets that I think Tuchel has set for him. I think that's what he's trying to do with Lukaku. And again, I could be wrong.
What was your view of the tackle from James?
Yes, I tell you, not as a coach and not as an expert, but for me it's very unlikely. I see him, first of all, if Matteo goes out, he never goes out. I mean, he played in the Carabao Cup final, or in the semi-final of FA Cup with the same injury. He tried to play another 15 minutes, which was almost impossible. So now he went out. He has a swollen ankle and is in a lot of pain. For me, like I say, I'm not a doctor, and we need to wait for the examinations. It's very unlikely that he can play.
James.
It's absolutely bad news for us, of course, on a perfect evening. Yeah, well, it was necessary to change things, how we play on the field, to where we take risk, how we protect each other, and the level of focus and the level of awareness for where a dangerous situation can be for us, and where we need to protect each other. We needed to step up. It's as easy as that. So there was a reason for why we conceded the goals. There was a reason why we conceded a leg equalizer, and we did this as a team. And this, of course, tactical decision, but it's also the behavior within the tactics. We talked about it, and we immediately stepped up. It was nothing new what we did today, but we did our stuff on a much higher level of focus and discipline than in the last matches. I felt the team very calm, very determined, very focused before the match, and they delivered a performance which we got used to over so many weeks, and we saw a big difference today, and I'm happy that it was also necessary, of course, given our situation, and not only because we arrive now for a big match, but it's very, very good to arrive in a match like Saturday with a calm mind, and this was the foundation for this performance. If he misses it, I'm very disappointed, because he was a clear starter. If you look at the quality today, also with Shorshi and him in central midfield, when we played 11 against 11, was a very, very strong start. And he's a key figure for us in midfield. He played against Liverpool, I think both last matches from beginning, if I remember it right, and was always very, very strong. And yeah, he's super are hungry and determined and excited to play these matches. And of course, he's in fear now that he will miss it, and we will see. We need to wait. Maybe we have a miracle, and we make it possible. I did not see the challenge live. I was just like focused on something else, and then I just saw it from a distance on the iPad. And I'm not good in looking at these situations because it hurts me physically to watch it. So, but everybody told me then it's a clear red card.
Okay, we're going to need two more, Miguel, and then Adam to finish. Miguel.
Yeah.
Did he take it off? Was taking off something discussed?
Yeah. We asked him like how he feels, because like after 75 minutes, we thought that it's maybe for more heavy player and big physical input after 2 matches, maybe good to go out. But I was aware that he did not have his goal. And Puli already scored, Mason already scored, so we let him try and let him on the pitch to try to get his goal, and we're happy that it worked.
Okay, last question, Adam Newson.
Yeah. Yeah, and he can deliver these performances, and he played a lot. So there's absolutely no need to be disappointed for him. He has an unbelievable amount of matches for us from the start, and we know this. And it's absolutely normal to have a bit of an up and down in a overall positive performance. That's absolutely normal, but you're right. We informed the team very late today who plays. He did maybe not expect it. It was the same against West Ham, where he had to come on very short notice, and both matches he delivered. This is the level he can deliver, and it's about consistency. And he lacked it a little bit over the last weeks, and we did some other choices, so it's pretty normal. But he needs to stay focused, humble, hardworking, and then he can be a big part in it.
Great, we'll leave it there. Thank you, everybody.
When I said it's interesting how he addressed Lukaku's situation, I think you might have misunderstood what I was saying. The way he wants to motivate him, the way he wants to get him to perform, is key. And the fact that Lukaku believes all it takes for him is game time to score, and he didn't want to be taken off until he scored a goal. It shows that that he is playing to score goals, which is what you want from your strikers. You want your strikers to be, looking to score a goal every time they go on that pitch. And it seems like Lukaku has that mindset, or at least he is getting that mindset. So this is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that it's interesting how Tuchel is approaching the way he's handling Lukaku to get him to perform. Not everything that he's going to do we are going to experience and we're going to understand, because we're not with them all the time. Bobby... You're on, Bobby. Bobby, are you there? Oh, I think Bobby might not be by his phone.
Can I ask a quick question? The last answer from Tuchel, which player was he talking about?
I couldn't hear that. I think it might have been Ziyech. But
No, but Ziyech didn't play. Ziyech didn't came on.
Time.
Did you?
Ziyech came on for 20 minutes.
No, against Wolves also.
No.
But because the answer I thought it was Ziyech, but then he said the person came on last game also against last week also or something.
He didn't come on last game.
Exactly. I'm not sure.
The audio on these press conferences, you can only hear Tuchel talking. You can't hear
the question.
We're getting Chalaba in the chat. He was talking about Chalaba. Because I didn't hear the question, and I've got headphones on, and I couldn't hear the question of the journalist, that particular journalist. So, yeah. All right. Bobby, are you there? No, Bobby's not there. Bobby's not there. Guys, I'll bring it back to Lukaku. And I'll throw the ball in your court. You've heard what Tuchel had to say about Lukaku. You've heard what Tuchel had to say about the team and the game. So the ball is in your court. Do you guys think Lukaku has a future at Chelsea? That's pretty much the question.
A big no. Big no.
No, I know what you're gonna say. I'm
Yeah, this guy just keep hammering home the same point. Bro, we got it. You don't want
Listen. Just give me 2 minutes. I'll make this quick. Couch, be a little patient with me. So the coach said, a Mount score, Pulisic has scored. So Lukaku has asked to stay on the pitch, and so he can score goals. So we let him stay, so he can score goals. What kind of relationship is that? That the player has to ask to stay on the pitch. Like, do you need it to stay? If you don't need it, he has to come off. I just don't understand those way of.
Nah, that's putting trust in your players, though. That's how you do it.
I need my striker to have a taste for scoring and for him to get them goals so
at the
that
end
he
of the
can
season.
There's still lots to play for, by the way. Lots to play for.
A couple of days, man.
Boogie is the same reason you leave a striker on to score a hat trick, to build his confidence. That's why you leave him on. It's not because you need the extra goal. You could be 5 goals up. You may still leave your striker on to get the 6 because
so
it builds his confidence. He gets the hat trick. It builds him more confident.
Come on, man. I understand the hat trick one. You don't want to take it's still his moment, but
yeah. But it's the same thing because his performance deserved a goal.
No.
That's why you leave him on to get it.
Okay.
We're
just going to agree to disagree on that one.
He had the most shots on goal. Yeah, he created probably the most chances in that game as well. Yeah, I mean his passing was, I think it's something like 85%. He didn't give the ball away. So it was our number 1 threat throughout the whole game. So why would you take him off?
Mount was our number 1 threat.
No, Mount was in the first half. Mount didn't have any shots or nothing in the second half. Nothing. What did you see?
Lukaku was the most threatening, man, without question. That. Anyway, if you're really gonna watch that game and say that Mason Mount was the most threatening attacker, like, come on, dude, that's some serious.
He's the one like picking out the ball around the box all the time.
Yes, in the first 20 minutes when we were rushing them, when the game settled down, he was not. He was just good, just like everybody else. Even Pulisic was more dangerous than him in the second half. He wasn't consistent for the whole 90 minutes. He was good. He had nice little flicks here and there, pressure and whatever. But he wasn't like a consistent threat, getting in there,
people in the chat. People in the chat. I just want to put in the podfather is the one that make his own stat. If you want to get the real stat, go check on
yes,
Google.
check it. I counted every pass.
It's available. It's available. Google is your friend. Listen, Kareem. Listen, mate, Kareem. What's wrong with that? No problem. Let us get some money for him. I am not saying don't sell Lukaku. I am not saying keep Lukaku. What I am saying is Lukaku is putting in some good performances. Let's acknowledge that. What I am saying is if Lukaku can continue doing this, he may not be a bad option to have next season. And at the same time, and then let me finish, Boogie. And at the same time, if we do sell him, on the back of these goals, these performances, we'll get a couple of million extra for him. Because right now, we're about to make a massive loss on Lukaku if we were to sell him without us playing him, without him scoring goals. So let him score them goals. Let us, as fans, praise him for that. Let's drive that price, that value up, and let's get some money for the man. If that is the case. And if he does end up staying, and he is scoring goals, brilliant. Why not? Bobby, are you there? Bobby.
I have a question for Boogeyman.
Go on, Tobigo. Go on.
If you will be able to sell Lukaku, who should we buy to replace him? And then if that person comes,
Armando Borjas there, man.
I keep telling you, listen. What I don't understand. Yeah,
wait.
Sorry.
will we challenge the league with Armando Broja?
Of course not. Of course not.
That's
Listen,
it.
there is something we saw and we experienced. Like wishful thinking is a good thing. We saw Lukaku. It's not like Lukaku is playing for another team. We saw Lukaku with Joko. We know Lukaku, his attitude. We know his performances against 80 team in the league. We've seen Lukaku. So I
Can he
just don't
change,
want
Boogie? Can he change?
what? He
Can
cannot.
he change?
The man,
He
no,
cannot.
he cannot. The man is 29 now. We saw what he can do. You don't play him 2 or 3 times, he starts sulking again. And for me, I'd rather have a team next season well structured with youngsters or with no real strikers, and we start a new project, and that man is just out. I mean, I'm already sold to an idea like that. I just don't want a mature striker that will suck every 2 or 3 or 5 game just to disrupt the entire team. We have enough disruption this season, and Lukaku has no attitude to
Bo-
lead team like
But
Chelsea. It's no way. I
but
don't want to.
Boogeyman,
Boogie, you're one of the most, like, when it comes to Chelsea fans, you're like a realist. That's one thing I respect about you. Yeah, and being a realist, you know this guy is not going nowhere. Yeah, they're not gonna sell him. He's gonna be here at least one more season, at least. Yeah, so at some point we have to stop looking at what we want to happen and look and try and plan around what's gonna happen. And what's gonna happen is this guy is gonna be here, unless there's some sort of like crazy swap deal for Kane at Tottenham or wherever.
Yeah,
Apart from that,
you're right.
no,
I
no,
don't
it won't happen.
I don't see him going
You're
It won't
anywhere.
right.
happen.
That's why.
It
What's
don't
up,
Hold on,
happen.
hold on. Let
Spurs,
me interrupt. Let me interrupt all of you just to say this. Subscribe to the Blue Lounge. There's 130 odd in the chat right now. Do me a favor, if you're new to the Blue Lounge, subscribe, and if you haven't hit the like button yet, do it. Chelsea just beat Leeds. You should be happy. Hit the like button. Tobago, I apologize for interrupting you. Continue.
yeah, I'm going to support the Podfather here. We all know Lukaku.
What financially, I think Podfather is right. Are we going to be able to move Lukaku next season? I don't think it's going to be possible. So that's why my solution is he has to have the same status that Bale has and in Real Madrid. Man has to be benched. He's not
No
part
way.
of the next year
No
project.
way.
We need to
Listen,
start. We need to read that
why should we bench
No
him
way,
when we
Boogeyman.
don't have a better alternative at the
because
moment?
he has no good
And
attitude. I keep saying the same thing over and over. He's not good
and
enough.
benching him is gonna fix that.
Bell was benched. He has no good
I
attitude.
don't
He's
care about
benched.
Bale. I don't care about Bale and Real
And that's
Madrid.
why
They
exactly.
do their business different to us, man.
Yeah, but that's
we
how
are
you
we
manage
are a
a
different
player
team.
like Lukaku. He's playing all
Boogeyman.
those things. That's player power. He's doing all this
But
today. Doing all those. He has that capability to do it. But wait
Boog-
till next season. Something happen. He will start sulking again. Will drive this whole team into the ground again. And we'll be here getting frustrated with his performances. I
Boogeyman.
just don't know why.
Boogeyman.
We've
Wait,
seen this
wait.
with Manchester United. We've seen this with us. Why do we think this guy is going to be something good, consistent next season? No way. And I understand what Couch was saying
I
before.
can't
That
understand this, Boogie. You are currently talking down a player who scored 3 goals in 2 games. I think we should acknowledge his good performances right now.
I didn't say no. I just said the season is over. He's doing all this. Just
FA Cup final in a couple of days, man.
come on, man.
Now, Mo, I understand what Boogie is saying to an extent, yeah, because this is a young squad, yes, and if he's going to be a disruptive influence in the dressing room, it's probably better to just get shot of him and not have him involved at all.
But
But
do you
then,
think he is,
but
though?
but
Do you
at the same time,
do you think he is, though?
I think a lot of these players are probably impressionable, and I think he does. People think, oh, he's not a popular guy in the dressing room. That's not what I see when I watch behind the scenes. I see him constantly joking, people talking to him. Apparently, him and
He's
Ziyech,
popular.
him
He's
and yeah,
popular,
Gale,
but does he have a negative impact on the squad? Do you think? Do you think he's actually trying to divide?
I think
the players and the coach?
I think in the earlier part of the season, yes, I think he did. I don't think that interview helped the atmosphere in the squad
I
at all.
agree.
And
I don't think it was malicious though. I think it was a mad mistake, but I don't think it was malicious.
no, it doesn't have to be malicious. It could just be your attitude. It could just be the way you carry yourself. It could just be the fact that you just bring down the mood of the group, or you're not playing, slick things here and there, whatever. But all I'll say about him is so I can see from that aspect from what Boogie is saying. It's a young team. You don't want some sort of impressionable older player who might be the impact player. But then at the same time, if you bench him, you're more likely to get that response. If you isolate him out of the team for a year, you're more likely to get that response. Bill didn't hold that sort of power in Real Madrid where he could influence them. But if that was a Sergio Ramos or anybody like that, he would have torn up that dressing room. Yeah. And think about Bill, that was 5 years into being at Real Madrid. It wasn't at the beginning after they just spent 100 million on him. It's just totally different circumstances. And we are at the stage where we can still get our money back. If he has a good season next season, probably sell him for 60 million. Yeah, and
you
and
can't.
right now,
Sorry, Paul. You can't keep a depressed asset of like Lukaku, 100 million pounds on the bench for the entire season because you're fearing that he might sulk if he's not playing. That makes absolutely no sense to me. If he's playing well, he plays. Simple and plain.
Couch.
And by keeping him on the bench, he's just gonna make the situation worse.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Couch. That you can't.
No. I was agreeing with you. With you.
Yeah.
No, I know.
So whether it's marketing, whether it's from a marketing aspect or coaching aspect, you use tools that you have available. Yeah, I mean, like there was a time where we used to Mourinho didn't want Ballack and Shevchenko. He didn't bench them. He played them. I mean, he used what he had to try and get the best out of what he had at the time. He didn't just sulk and just say, "Well, these players are not my players, and these are not the guys I wanted to the bench." And at the end of the day, as crazy as it seems, he could end up with 20 goals by the end of the season. He's got 14 now.
Oh God, Lukaku can score. Listen, the next game, let's just give 10 goals to Lukaku. The tally will reach 30 goals. It does not change anything.
It's the FA Cup
I would love that.
Look at the rest of your team.
Boogie,
Boogie, look at the rest of your team. It does.
I don't.
It's
like you buy. I don't know. It's like you buy a wooden house in a tropical climate. What you keep putting new painting on the house doesn't make the house new. The house is going to fall one day. Lukaku is a bad investment. We need to reach that point already. He is but we need to just cut our loss. Thinking about when Couch say we're not going to bench your 100 million pound asset and just let the value go down. It just doesn't make any sense. It's a bad investment. We have a coach that would like to play one way. Whether you force that coach to use Lukaku, it can only going to drag the entire system down. Man does not fit, and he suck, and his attitude stinks.
No, but that's what you're missing is what I said was.
Wait, catch. One second. Boogie, you are not talking about Lukaku today. You're talking about Lukaku a few weeks back.
There is no Lukaku today.
This is what I said to you. No, there's a big difference. There's a big difference.
Oh.
Lukaku today is big difference to Lukaku a few weeks back, and that's what I'm saying to you. Thomas Tuchel, Chelsea Football Club, the sale maybe has impacted this. I don't know, but Lukaku is a different man today. I'm serious. The way he's playing, his body language, his runs, his celebration when he's scoring the goals, acknowledging the fans, it's different. It's
the World Cup. It's the World Cup year as well, man. He's not going to be playing whatever when the World Cup's in December. He's not going to just be playing rubbish the next 6 months. He wants to win. He wants to be playing for Belgium and scoring. He's got something, his own personal thing to fight for.
There's a lot that motivates him right now. So for us to talk about sulking, all that. I agree. He went through that, and Tuchel addressed it in the press conference. He said players have their ups and they have their downs. He had his down. Now he's on his up.
Okay, let's hope so.
Let's look at this in a positive manner. I mean, Limitless is right in the comments. He's saying, we just won the game, and we're talking about Lukaku not playing well. Lukaku played well today. He played well. Last game, he played well.
No, but
Is he gonna play against Liverpool? I don't know. Last week out.
yeah, but that's
Should
when
he?
that's what we're talking about, right? We're talking about the future of Lukaku. I didn't say Lukaku was not good today. I say Lukaku was okay. For 100 million pound striker, he was okay today. But if you ask me, does Lukaku stay next season? He stay his bench, or we have to find Lukaku another team. For me,
And
Lukaku
that's what
should
makes
not.
no sense to me. That's what makes no sense to me. You're
Yeah,
basing
okay.
your opinion. Hold on, just let me finish. That makes no sense to me because you're basing your opinion on Lukaku based on what you think he's going to be like in the future. If he starts banging goals, there's no reason for you to think that he should be sitting on the bench. You see what I'm saying? So you're saying basically that you don't think that his form is going to continue and he has to sit on the bench because if he sits on the bench, if he doesn't sit on the bench, he's going to be sulking and then it's going to ruin the chemistry or whatever. But what we're going on right now is an informed striker who's scoring goals. I look at the game. I don't look at the past, the present. I look at the present. I don't look at the future. I look at the present. As of right now, Lukaku looks like an asset that can add something to the squad. I'm indifferent about him going forward, but I can't say that like in his current form, we should just sit him on the bench. That makes zero sense. Zero. Like if he comes to a point where, comes into next season and he continues to score, he continues to play. It's about form for me. If he doesn't reach continue on this form and he starts to regress again, then yes, of course you sit him on the bench. But I mean, it's very hard to say that that's what you assume is going to happen in the future just because of his first season at Chelsea. I don't know how we can say that at this point.
I understand what Boogie is saying. He's saying he doesn't trust him, and for him, he's seen enough in 5 months. And
yeah, like I said, I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent to this whole thing. I'm not necessarily one way or the other at this point because he hasn't shown me enough to say one way or the other.
Okay, can I say something quick? So someone said, I don't know if it was Couch or Mo, that said Lukaku today is different.
I never said different.
I did.
Okay, sorry. So Lukaku today was different from Lukaku you saw a week or week and a half ago. Is that what you're saying?
A few weeks ago. A
few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So what changed? It's just the same guy.
We played differently, Boogie. I know Tuchel doesn't want to admit that
we played three at the back. We played
no.
at the
It
back.
doesn't matter the form. It's not the formation.
Come on,
man.
It's not the formation. Boogie, remember you were complaining about all the long balls. That was a tactic. It wasn't happening by random against Wolves. Trying to find him early, trying to look over the top. Even Jorginho today, quick ball for him. I think he was just offside or whatever when he got the ball. They were constantly looking for him early. I don't believe it was happening by chance.
Guys, there were maximum 3 long balls today to Lukaku.
No, I'm not talking about today. I'm not talking about just long balls. I'm talking about just finding him quickly, so he's one-on-one with his defender. He can turn and he can do damage. Also, if you look at Mason Mount and Pulisic, they were using him as a reference point all the time. Give him the ball, lay off, move to the side, get the ball, play it back to James, play it to Alonso. That's why he had so many touches.
So you telling me in the previous game, Lukaku, Mount or Havertz did not try to find Lukaku in front of the box? Let me finish this one. Where his first touch was dreadful. Most of the time, in the past few weeks, Lukaku was found in front of Kovacic, even Jorginho. Everybody find Lukaku, give him the pass in front of that box. His first touch, his control was one of the worst on earth. That's why people are not today. Everybody was more relaxed. When Mount scored that goal first, everybody were more relaxed. When the red card came in, everybody were even more relaxed. That's why people just play easily. If there were any, let's just say we play 11 against 11, and lead was to score a goal, we're 1-1. we will see a different Lukaku.
Okay,
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You invest in a mature player, 28 years old player, to take the pressure off the youngster. He cannot offer you that. Chelsea is not about we're not a middle table team. You taking that guy to lead again, because Lukaku in that team will only impede on the rise.
Boogie, this is what I would say. Yeah, when it comes to whether it's City or Liverpool, they're not looking to one player to lead. There's no up there. You just have the responsibility to go and win us the game. It doesn't happen like that. That's 10 years ago for football. It's very different. Maybe Benzema, one or two guys around the world, but it's a team game now. Everybody has to contribute. I think they said Liverpool, the first team to have three people with 14, 15 goals in the Premier League. Oh, sorry, the second team ever to have 3 players. That's all their front players have 15 goals. It's not a matter of just one player just out there scoring. Which striker is scoring goals in the Premier League like this?
Yeah, but listen, Lukaku.
One second, Boogie. Phantom of many topics. Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. If you guys can afford him, we'll sell him to you. If you guys can afford him, we'll sell him. And then Boogeyman will be picking on somebody else.
Wait, hold on. Is Phantom of many topics a Fulham fan now?
Yeah, he I don't know what happened to him. He was a Chelsea fan.
What's going on here, bro?
Fulham. I'll give him a season, and then he'll go back to supporting Chelsea, because
that's embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing.
They'll drop out and get
No, we need fun like that.
When they get relegated, it's going to be Chelsea.
That's embarrassing. I'm just gonna say.
Listen, he's on loan. He's on loan to Fulham because it didn't work out. Chelsea. He'll be back though.
He'll be back. Listen, guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. We haven't hit 100 likes yet, and we've had hundreds of you on the stream, watching the stream. So hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. And if you're new, subscribe to the Blue Lounge. What are you guys waiting for? Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Listen, Boogie. I think you are being too harsh. I just think you're just being too harsh on Lukaku. I'm with you, Boogie. All right. I also had my ups and downs with Lukaku. When he came, I was supporting him. When he started to mess up and do some mad interviews and have his goal drought, I wasn't happy. But now that he's scoring, I'm happy to see the investment that we've made is starting to do something along the lines of what we actually got him in for, scoring goals. Now, if we are able to sell him on the back of him scoring some goals, fantastic. If not, and by the way, it looks like, and this is where we're going to go now. I want to talk about the future and this upcoming transfer window. It does look like Chelsea are looking to bring in some players, but we have a lot of positions that we need to address. We need to address the defenders because we've got an exodus of players leaving. We've got to get a few defenders in. We've got to get some wing backs in. We've got to get a decent midfielder in. So for me, the striker is possibly one of the least important positions that we need to address in this window. I think Broha coming back is going to... I don't think he's ready for the Premier League or for Chelsea's aspirations in the Premier League. But I think he would be a good backup to Lukaku and to Kai Havertz. I think we need to sort out the midfield and the defense. It's more crucial. I want to know what you guys think in respect to players coming in. Do you guys think I'm right in saying we don't need to address, or it's less important to focus on the attack, but more important to focus on the defense and the midfield? I want to know what you guys think Todd Bowley and his consortium will be doing for us next season. But before I ask you guys, let me just check one more time. Bobby, are you there? Bobby. I don't know what's wrong with Bobby. So I want to know what you guys think Todd Bowley and his team are going to be investing in. Which direction are we going to be going? And I want to hear from everyone. So let me start with
Boogeyman.
No, I'm leaving you to the end, man. You be talking too much. Let me start with Couch. Couch, give me your what's the word here? Your expectations for Todd Bowley and his consortium and what they're going to do in the transfer window. And you don't have to name players, but areas of importance. Well, let me hear your thoughts.
Sorry. Areas of importance, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously center back. I think that's foregone conclusion. If you ask me, I still think that we need attacking options. I still think we need midfielders, and I still think we need options in wing back. And if we continue with this setup, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Couch. What do you think they're going to be doing? I mean, we know, like I just said, we need defenders, we need midfielders. But what do you think they're going to be doing? Do you think they're going to be focusing on this? Do you think they're going to have a budget that allow us to buy 2 or 3 defenders,
it's going to be
wing backs? I mean, what do you think how do you think they're going to spend in what areas?
I think it's going to be spent on fullback.
Fullbacks, okay.
Sorry guys, my kids are wailing right now. So I was saying defenders.
I'll come back to you, Couch. I'll come back.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Good idea.
All right, I'll come back to you. Let me go to Pod.
Yeah, I think I heard you guys talking about this. I think before the Wolves game. Obviously I've been keeping up with the Blue Lounge. From far away. Big up. Yeah, for me it's very interesting. I think they'll have to rely on a lot of the scouting that was done before they got there, because I don't know how quickly you can round up the transfer targets in the next 2-3 months. Ideally you want to be signing people beginning of July. I don't know what route they're going to go down. Is it going to be the free signings, or is it going to be the trying to get people release clauses 1 year left, trying to, or they're going to go for a marquee signing? From my personal perspective, I think there's certain positions that 100% need to be filled. Obviously, centre backs. It all depends as well tactically what we want to do next season. I think a DM is a must, because I think that just opens the game up tactically so much and allows us to play a different way. Because right now we can't play a 4-3-3 even if we wanted, because we don't have anybody who can just sit and be a DM. So. And then obviously with Jorginho and Kante in the last year of their contracts, I think this fan base would go completely crazy if they didn't sign the DM this summer. That's something that people have been calling for 2-3 years now. A proper DM in the mold of
Pod. Would this be sufficient?
Mikel.
Chouameni is been mentioned. Declan Rice. His price has been, exaggerated. So
yeah.
But do you think this would be a good window? 1 DM, 2 centre backs, and 1 wing back. So 4 players.
I think that would be the best we can hope for, literally. And then, but also to because you have to think of the players that are coming back into the squad. It looks like Conor Gallagher is definitely coming back.
Yeah.
So already that's like a new signing right there. If Broha comes back, that's another addition to the forward line, unless we lose somebody. And then I think that there are deals to be had. I think there are loads of free transfers. There are loads of veteran players coming towards the end of their contracts that would be more than happy to come and do a year or 2 or 3 at Chelsea, and add experience. Even players that Tuchel's worked with before from Paris Saint-Germain, he's been linked with, whether it's Kimpembe. You got Di Maria. There was last year of his contract. Oh no, in fact, yeah, last year of his contract now. So yeah, there are definitely options out there. In terms of the wing back thing, I think I've seen we've been linked with Cucurella recently. It's a player that a lot of people like. My only thing with him is, can he play fullback? Because if he's like Marcos Alonso and he can only play wing back, then I don't see the point in getting him, as good as he is, because I want that tactical flexibility. And if for whatever reason we have centre backs out and we have to play a back 4, and all of a sudden he's like a weak link at fullback.
I think Emerson Palmieri. I'm not sure what his situation is for next season, but Emerson Palmieri is a very versatile player. I mean, he can play left back, left wing back. He can also play on the right, and we played him as a right winger in the past. So So there are options. There are options. I just want to address this comment by Emin Jagger. Emin Jagger, we spoke about this a lot yesterday. So if you want to know the position or our thoughts on Ziyech, go check out last night's stream because we spoke about Ziyech a lot, and no one doubts the talent and the ability that he has. Excuse me, but I think it's the system that Tuchel's playing. It's not really suited, or at least he doesn't think it's suited for Hakim Ziyech. But like I said, go back, watch last night's stream, and you'll hear all our thoughts on this particular topic. Sorry, Pod.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure he can play as a left back. So for me, that's a bit of it's a bit of a worry for me because, like I said, I want to be able to aimlessly go between a back four, back three. Next season, and just give us that bit of like flexible, tactical flexibility, to play a 4-3-3, which is my ultimate aim at the end. Because a lot of the best teams I see, that's the formation they play. You want to see it, and I want to see attacking, entertaining football. I don't want to just see my team winning. I also want to be entertained, every weekend. It's not easy, paying that Sky bill every month. I want to be entertained for my money. And for me, those teams that play 4-3-3 tend to be the more attacking, entertaining teams. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me bring in Tobago, and then we'll go to Boogeyman. Tobago, your expectations for next season under Todd Bowley.
To be honest, as you all know, Rudiger, Christensen are going. Also, Alonso up and down. Aspilicueta also up and down. So the main focus, to be honest, is getting a two centre back and then a player who can give a Chilwell a rest. And then if we get Jules Kounde, and then James is injured or what, Kounde can play as a right back also. We are covered there. So also we need a
Kounde is a very, very good player for Chelsea because of his versatile ability to play in multiple positions, especially down the right hand side. So spot on. Kounde is important.
Yes, and also all we know we need a DM. Like you can see, most of the time we concede goals because we lost position in the midfield, and then no one is cleaning up those messes. So hopefully this summer we can get a DM, and in the front, if maybe we can sell Timo Werner or Lukaku or Ziyech or what, then we can add someone there. But I don't think it's necessary to spend on our attack only if maybe we get Dembele on a free agent and maybe Diabala, something like that. But it's more important to strengthen our centre back and our wing backs if you're going to use the same formation. But I think next season, for my choice, I'll prefer for the back system because like most of our attacking players are not playing because we are using a 3-4-3 formation. So we are having an unhappy attacking players most of the time, but they won't show it maybe until they go to the next step. So hopefully next season we can go back, use a back four system. That will be perfect. So also, what is good that we have a lot of players are coming from different teams on loan, and then they will work for us. And also, I know we all love Roman Abramovich. He did good for Chelsea Football Club. What I love about football is all about structure. He'll spend money wisely. He won't say, a coach won't say, I want Haaland for 200 million. Roman Abramovich just splash it. He'll spend money wisely. That is going to help us going forward. Yes.
He will. He definitely will. He'll spend money wisely, and he will hopefully get some get our books with some sort of order and try to streamline some of these contracts that we've going with some players that are not really worthy of those contracts. CFC Blues, good shout, but that would mean some of our wingers will be sold, and I think we will have that happen. I think we will have some players leaving in our attack. Maybe Timo, maybe Ziyech. I'm not sure what the situation is with Callum, but I think there might be some developments up front. So Rafinha could be a good shout, and especially if Leeds do get relegated. Boogeyman, your thoughts, mate? Todd Bowley coming in, transfer window. What do you think we'll be doing? What do you expect Todd Bowley to be doing?
I think the team right now need a proper plan around. I know it is good to say we need centre backs, midfield, a defensive midfielder, and a proper striker or a striker that fit the mold of Tuchel's system. The thing is, I find it a little dangerous to just jump into this market trying to fill all those positions this transfer window, because it would only lead at mistakes and a lot of pressure on Tuchel. I think it was the Podfather that said the scouting, we need to actually fix our scouting department and give them time to find a proper player. Not based on the YouTube video. We all watch the YouTube. Every time we have a player linked to Chelsea, what do? We are Chelsea fans. We jump on YouTube and check the 4-minute highlight of the players, and then we just be like, oh yeah, this one fit. No, I'm pretty sure if we look for Pulisic highlight, it will be crazy. It was the same for the Atletico midfielder that we bought. That was a scout for 2 years. His highlight was amazing. Saul, I was talking about Diaz Saul. So I just think it is a little bit risky. And as a Chelsea fan, we've seen this before, to say that this open transfer windows, we should get this, we should do this. I think if I was Todd Bowley, I will start to go down and put him and explain him the situation. Tell him, listen, I've seen everything will be on you. I've seen Malan Sarr play good football in a few games, even if it is 1/10 of all the game in the season. I've seen him sometimes put the proper performances. So you need to make sure whatever condition, whatever system, whatever instruction you gave them to get those performances out of them, make sure that Malan Sarr is used in that system so he can optimize his quality, build his confidence, and become something that we can rely on. And at the same time, tell me one players that you would like me to buy as a marquee sign to just announce the new ownership. And I think we should just go step by step and build the entire team through 1 or 2 or 3, at least 3 transfer windows. These transfer windows, I think for sure we need a stronger defensive midfielder. Like I think people have seen Chouameni and Reece, because we've been linked with them for so long. I'm not sure if they scout someone else. But when it comes to spending money, I'm also worried a lot about all of youth talent around there, because they're all looking at us, and I can guarantee you all those German top team, Bayern Munich, Dortmund, you name them, they all just looking at our academy and just waiting for us to upset their well, most of them have their father as their agent, just to upset those parents and they will sign a contract with them. They will sign a pre-contract with them and take them away from, and they will end up in the top talent in the 2 or 3 years. So we need to have a proper department that can talk to those kids and just bring them slowly into the first team. So for me, this transfer windows is important, not to jump into it, spending tons of money, but we need to properly plan it. One player this season, one proper midfielder, promote I mean, one problem. I just give the example of the midfield, but it can be a center back, one good proper center back, and then we keep things moving slowly. Bring our academy or our promising youngs that were on loan or that's still on loan, bring them in, give them time to play, and then slowly we bring next season we bring some other player in it. And I don't mind, to be honest with you, I don't mind next season being top 4 and play all the cup finals again and play the Champions League up to a certain stage if we don't lose any of our promising talent, like any of our promising talent, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Boogeyman, can I add something? What do you think about Empadu? Because it's versatile, you can play as a DM, as a center back. Would you take him for next season?
Yeah, I think for me, to be honest with you, is if Amparo can bring anything to this, it will be too cool to decide it. And for what I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only Chelsea fan that watch Amparo games in Serie A. He is playing really good, and if anybody can put Amparo in a condition or in a situation where he can explode, it will be too cool. Put him in the 3 defenders, one of those center back position, and give him the free role just to do what he used to do because he has the quality to play as a defensive midfielder, and he has the quality to play as a center back. So
do you think? Sorry to interrupt you, Boogie. Do you think that players of Empadu's caliber, Gilmore's caliber, Gallagher's caliber, could be relied upon for a title challenging season, or are they more of a experiment kind of addition to the squad? And the reason why I'm asking is this, because Ampadu clearly a talented player, Gallagher clearly a talented player, Gilmore has developing, Borja has developing, but can we depend on these guys, or should we try to bring in a more solid alternative?
to be honest, sorry, who want to go?
No, I was just going to say quickly that the funny thing about it is, even though people are not seeing it, I do think that there's a big chance that it could be a marquee signing, because it's actually one of the easier ones to make. Rather than some sort of like deep scouting mission or whatever, you literally just look at, okay, who are the best players in the world? Who's the one we can get? And like go and get him. Who are the 10 best players, whatever, pick somebody out there. So I think that even though the transfer market may not be the best in what we can achieve because we have such a short time, I do think a marquee signing is actually possible. So that's an interesting to look out for from the people's perspective, because I think they'll want to make a splash. They'll want to win the fans over very quickly. I don't think they're gonna come and let's wait 2-3 years and get players slowly. So I think they'll do that after they've made a marquee signing.
Go
on, Bookie.
Manchester City had a marquee sign last season. Do you know who he was? That was.
Yeah, Jack Grealish.
Exactly.
I'm not saying what I would do. I'm saying that's what they would look to do, because they're trying to become as popular as quickly as possible. As soon as they come in, and usually when you get new people taking over clubs, the first thing they want to do is to spend money to get the fans on side. Then the process begins.
So you know what? It will be disruptive to those young talent we have. We have Mount, we have Rhys James. If I ask you who are the most important player in our team, I'm pretty sure you will give me 2 players, at least 2 players coming directly from our academy, as one of the most, or 1 or 2 most important players for this Chelsea team. I mean, Kai Havertz maybe, but I'm pretty sure Mount and James will be in the list. So my problem is, I didn't want to go that way again, but we have a Lukaku with a heavy salary, a heavy wages. You're going to add another market signing to that wages, and you're going to create another disruption. Any renewal of contract, people will try to find those market sign wages and try to get it. Reason why we lost Tammy Abraham. That's exactly the reason why Tammy left. That's exactly why Rudiger is leaving us. That's exactly the reason why Christensen is leaving us. Market sign is dangerous for
Boogie, I hear what you're saying. I'm just giving you the history of the owners. When they come in, they have money. They want to make a splash. Whether it's Roman,
but we shouldn't be doing the same thing if
We should
the
avoid. We
condition
should
that we
avoid
are.
this problem.
It depends on the player. If you can get Lewandowski, get him. Why wouldn't you get him? It depends on the player. I'm not saying just go and buy some guy who's one of those just a flair type player that we're not sure is
Can
going
I
to
ask you a
perform or
question?
whatever.
Would you right now forget about everything I've said about Lukaku for 1 minute?
Yes.
Would you right now, if Lewandowski become a free agent,
yes,
and say, okay, I'm just looking to, would you bring Lewandowski to challenge Lukaku?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
How much will he be earning, the Potfather?
Yeah, but I don't think.
The salary?
Sorry.
I'll give him what we're giving Lukaku right now.
Of course.
On a free transfer. Yeah.
Don't forget that we have big earners coming towards the end of their contracts as well. So there's actually going to be some space on the
but then
on the wage list.
But
we
should invest more on giving Rhys James and Mount good contracts so that they can feel valuable.
Yes.
To avoid problems.
Also, to make it, we shouldn't overpay them because that's a mistake we've made. We've made as well.
But
you don't want to
call a market sign. Market sign. What does that mean? As a top quality coming with a healthy wages. My problem is this: if you bring someone like Chouameni and you decide to pay him 120 wage, if you call a market sign, good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if
marquee signing isn't just an expensive player.
It's a statement.
Marquee signing, not only a statement, but it's a marketing tool. I'll give you an example. Hakim Ziyech was not an expensive player, but Hakim Ziyech was a marquee signing because Hakim Ziyech opens us to the Dutch fan base, and he opens us to the North African, Middle Eastern fan base. So let me just put Podfather on mute for a second. Yeah. So it gives us access to a bigger and a wider market. So a marquee signing does that. Lukaku is a marquee signing because of his price tag, because of his record on the international stage, and also because of what he did with Inter Milan. He's not a marquee signing because he's going to open extra avenues for us, because the avenues that he's going to open for us, they're already open. We've already got a lot of people following Chelsea in Belgium because of Eden Hazard, in Europe, in Italy because of Jorginho, Emerson Palmieri, and our history of Italian players over the years. So Lukaku was a market signing for a different reason. I think for us moving forward, we need to address players that will benefit the club on more than one level. Performances is important, but at the same time, we want to have a better promotional campaign, and this is something that Manchester United used to be very good at. They used to bring players to give them access to different areas of the world in the marketing sense, especially when it came to the Asian market. So that is something Chelsea, in my opinion, will be doing more of with Todd Boehly. I think Todd Boehly has a more mainstream business mind than Roman Abramovich did. Roman Abramovich is a very rich individual, but he made his money
with passion, man.
with passion. But he made his money on the back of the decline or the what's the word here? The Soviet Union being dissolved, and things were broken up, and money was divided in a particular way from the public sector into the private sector, and he doesn't have the same mentality, the same that a Todd Bowley is going to have when it comes to how to best be efficient with your expenses and whatnot. So I think we are gonna see a new chapter in that sense. This stream can go on for another hour or two, but unfortunately I have work in the morning, and I'm gonna have to conclude the stream. It's been a great discussion. It's been a great conversation. Chelsea are back to winning ways, and we have a very important game ahead of us against Liverpool on Saturday. It's good that we've won. It's good that we got this result, but at the same time, lads, Liverpool are not going to make it easy for us. So the game on Saturday is a very, very important fixture. For me, it's the last game of the season. I think because top four is pretty much in the bag, especially after this result. We're going to have to see what happens with Tottenham Arsenal tomorrow, but I think top four is in the bag. I want to finish third. I don't want to finish below Arsenal. So hopefully we can finish third, and hopefully we can win the FA Cup on Saturday. Your next stream on the Blue Lounge will be Friday evening. Match preview for Chelsea against Liverpool, and then we will talk after the FA Cup final on Saturday. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here on the Blue Lounge. And if you haven't hit that like button already, do it before you go to another video or log off YouTube. So make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. Really appreciate that. Have a good night. Take care and stay safe.
Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea.